just to meditate with me. I hope you ladies are having a pretty steady time in this time of trouble, wherever you are in the world. Let's spread peaceful message. Hi, Sadika. What's going on with you? Hi, Joanna. I'm really damn Joanna. How are you? Thank you. Nice to see you too. And I bet you look pretty smashing as well today. So if you ladies can help me like, love, comment, share this broadcast in the groups, probably also on your own news feed, that would be so awesome. Because then we can just spread that peaceful feeling all around us. Okay? We don't need any more fear, any more panic. We've had enough of it. We know how bad it is out there. So maybe shut down the news for now and just be. Just enjoy what is, however dire it may seem or it may look like right now, ladies. So you will learn just by showing up here the state of that restfulness, the state of not being rushed. Have you had that feeling the last 10 days or 2 weeks since this predicament? That you realize that, hey, you don't have to wake up at this hour. You don't have to uh, have a shower and have breakfast by this hour. I don't have to get out of the door by this hour, correct? And all of a sudden, it's just like a new way of being. That feeling of just be where you are. You're okay where you are right now. There is nowhere to go. There is nothing to do but just to nurture ourselves. So come and nurture yourself. Slow down everything. Slow down your thinking. Slow down your speech. Slow down your walk. Slow down. Just slow down. Yes, that's very true, Joanna. Grateful for the time inside to focus. Because in good time or in normal time, we are always being rushed to do something, to be somewhere, correct? Now this is like the first time ever. Everything can wait, sweetheart. Everything can wait. Hi, Kathy. How are you doing? So, ladies, who just turned up, you can share this broadcast, love, like, comment. I'm here not to work, not to do anything, just really just to be with you, ladies, or and gentlemen as well, if you happen to be around. Maybe get your beverages of your own liking, so we can drink it together. I'm having my green tea, and you can probably have your wine or coffee or anything else. It's almost 5 p.m. here in California, 4:51 to be precise, and it's kind of chilly. It's beautiful, but chilly. So I have my. By the way, I just got the message from Castle Leslie 2 days ago. Just when the night before, I got the message. I knew that, probably I'll and just postpone the retreat. When I woke up in the morning, I got an email from Castle Leslie and saying that we cannot serve you next month. So we're just gonna have to reschedule until probably after the summer. So, ladies, the Ireland retreat has been officially postponed. It won't happen probably until after the summer. Hopefully, everything will start going back to normal in the summer because of the heat. And hopefully, of course, we can start, doing things as usual after the summer. We can travel again. Hopefully. We don't know what's going to happen, right? So we just play by ear. Just face things one day at a time. Here, ladies on YouTube. Hi, RB. Oh, you, Ruth. Okay, your name is Ruth. Hi, Ruth. Thank you for being here. Please love and like the broadcast. So it goes to the news feed, and probably some other people who are desperate, who don't know what to do with all the time in the world. Just come here and just learn the art of doing absolutely nothing. The art of being. By the way, ladies, I want to show you something. Here's Freckles Olivia project there. So she was busy hunting for lizards, and that is the aftermath. Mommy hasn't got a chance to fix it. But then again, what's the rush, right? What's the rush? Everything can wait. We don't even know tomorrow is still here, or next week, or next month. So isn't it wonderful? Just learning to see the flip side of everything. Learn to see the upside of everything. Right, ladies? Do you understand what I'm saying? Just about 2 weeks ago, or almost 3 weeks ago, I just booked all my flights, my hotels for my next trip, right? Before the retreat, because I would, originally I would come earlier, like a week earlier, to help me with the jet lag. Just right after the booking, the next day or two, President Trump said that there will be no flights allowed from Europe. right? That was the first time that when these things sort of went spiraling down. And of course, inside of me, it was still kind of, there was kind of a resistance saying, oh, come on, cannot happen that way. But as things develop, right? And I get to see and to adjust to the situation moment to moment and just surrender to whatever, because it's beyond or sorrowful. I felt this sort of huge relief. Wow, I said, that was great that somebody decided for me, meaning that it's really not up to me, you know. So the situation kind of decided what happened, meaning that, the retreat isn't supposed to happen because of what is, because of reality. There is nothing anyone can do about it. And I was so relieved because I didn't have to make the decision to postpone. It's already been made for me. You see, that capacity to see the upside of every situation is the hallmark of self-mastery. So there was no struggle, no nothing in me. Why do you have to struggle anyway? Why do you have to resist? Why do you have to fight? Imagine if I was resisting it up to today, if I was like actively denying reality, what kind of trauma that will be imprinted in my consciousness? Can you answer that for me, ladies? There will be inner struggle. There will be frustrations. There will be anger. There will be what if, right? And all these sort of neurotic stances that most people are going through in their daily life will leave the imprint of suffering, which then leads to trauma later on, because it leaves, like I said, an imprint or a dent in your consciousness that I was having such a hard time accepting something. That is basically what trauma is, ladies. When you are in denial of reality and you're resisting, you are struggling, you are fighting, you are trying to escape from reality, you carry that hardship in your consciousness, in your memories, that you can later revisit. And usually it will just revisit you anyway, without your consent. That's what trauma is, right? Just adjusting to reality moment to moment, whatever that is. Do what you can, of course, right? Do what is within your control and leave behind things that are beyond your control. If you could just live your life that way, every waking moment of your life that way, what kind of life you going to have? Anyone? What kind of life? An easier life, a less sorrowful life, a more joyful life. Why, Kathy? Why are you allowing yourself to sink into a deep depression? What's the need for that? Can you answer me? When you are not alert, you're going to slide, fall off into the abyss. That's what depression is. The abyss of depression. And remember, the psychology of fear, ladies, it's more real than the fear itself, than whatever it is that we are afraid of in the first place. Hence, we have the term self-fulfilling prophecy, right? People who fear, who panic chronically, unnecessarily, are going to lose a sense of control. Not in a good way, of course. What I mean is lose control in a bad way, meaning they will just follow whatever, you know, so-called saviors would tell them to do. So they can no longer see things in clarity. To see things in clarity, you need to be somewhat detached from the situation. So you have to be alert. You have to be awake. You have to be aware, Kathy. How to be alert, awake, and aware? To stay centered, to stay in the middle. So you can look in all directions and respond accordingly. When you lose your balance, meaning you are probably fixating to this side or that side, you're going to fall asleep. And when you're falling asleep, you lose control of the situations. You lose touch with reality. You are no longer able to see things as they are, but as the fear that you are. And remember, fear vibrates from a very low frequency and it grows more fear. And through the lens of fear, you will see evidence of whatever it is that spooks you out. Because remember, whatever you believe in, you will find evidence of. Okay, seek and you will find, ladies. When you are in that fearful mode, you will see the exact match to, to tell you this is the proof of my fear. And in the feedback loop, of course, that will spook you even more. And you will create more manifestations through that lens of fear that confirms whatever it is that you believe in, that whatever it is that spooks you out. That's what I mean by a self-fulfilling prophecy. Okay. Remember, we are living in the participatory universe, meaning the perceive and the perceivers are very intimately intertwined, correlated. They influence each other. This kind of phenomenon is actually confirmed also by quantum physics. So if you care to search it out, to Google it, right? Because what is being measured is pretty much shaped by the person behind the measuring gadget. What is being measured is the perceive. The person behind the measuring gadget is the perceiver. So, if you live your reality in that mode of fearful consciousness, in that matrix called fear, you're going to create a very fearful reality in turn and in the process. So be very mindful of what you're holding in your consciousness for any period of time. It will shape and define your reality. So, Kathy, there is no reason to be depressed. Subscriptions. So, right after this live video, I will answer all your questions in the fan subscriptions. So, sign up. You will get so much from just $99 a month. You get to run things by me every bloody day. Number one. Number two, you will also have access to the previous classes or satsangs. And right now we have 60 classes in the library that runs for about total 88 hours plus the bonuses that I will add. And I still haven't got the chance for that yet because again, I have this sense that, what's the rush? So I'm just gonna milk it. What's the rush? And some ladies who quit from the fan subscription, they decided to come back. So we in fact have quite a number of increase just the past week because you need it more than any other time, ladies. You need it more for your soul nourishments. Not just your body needs food, but especially your mind and soul and spirit as well need food. Hi Twilight, how are you, babe? I live in Mexico under California. I was raised in San Diego, or East County. It's been cold here too, lots of rain. Hi Twilight, I'm just 1 hour outside of San Diego. So are you in Cabo? Because originally we had uh, a retreat. We were going to have a retreat as well in Cabo this year, but seeing that even our you know next retreat has to be postponed, so I'm not sure what's gonna happen. We'll see toward the end of the year. And Twilight also says fear doesn't get you anywhere because fear comes from lack. The universe runs on love and expansion, and fear, lack are the exact opposite of them. Very true. Thank you. So, how, ladies, to mitigate fear, right? Whatever it is that you are going through emotionally is first narrated and concocted in your head, in your inner narrations, in your mental chatters. Because remember, even though you might not see what I'm saying, your entire existence is actually being narrated 24/7 in your head. Most of you wouldn't be able to see it, right? So it creates that bubble, that story that is going on because your mind is broadcasting 24/7. So what happens when you're not aware, you're not awake of the movement in your head? You're getting lost, right? You're getting lost. Then you are identified with a position. which basically you identified with a belief or a belief system. And what happened when you identified? You are you are not free anymore. You are owned. You are emotionally invested. And with that emotional investment, you're going to always try to defend it. And as I say, seek and you will find. So you will keep looking for proof and evidence of your belief, whatever that is. And you're closed off to the flip side, to the other point of view. And what happened? Then you're no longer a free and non-partial judge. Like I say, your own. So to be a judge, meaning you have to be free from identification to any position. And this is why most people cannot be judges. They don't have the knack or the necessary trait and quality to be a judge. A judge is someone who is just sitting there, right there in the middle, looking at both sides and not getting lost in the stories of either side. Are you made to be a judge, ladies and gentlemen? Are you? Kathy say, I'm thinking we are all going to die. We are all going to die, Kathy. There's no denying. There is no way around death. We all are going to die. I'm not trying to spook you out, but you know I'm telling the truth. So do you think death by virus or death by suicide or depression or diseases that arise after so much stresses dealing with bankruptcy, for example, are any different? No, they're all the same. They're death. They are equally painful. They are equally devastating. So we are all vulnerable in this situation. It's a no-win situation for everyone. It's a sad situation. So we don't need to add this already very sad situation into another warfare by attacking each other. Because we believe, our plight and our family's plight in this time of crisis are more important or more saddening or more vulnerable than the other people. No, we are all in this together and we are all vulnerable. The older people or those who have, already weakened by their pre-existing conditions, those who are already sick, those who don't have a very good 20, 30 people who might and will lose their jobs and livelihood because of this crisis. So everyone deserves our compassion. No one has more entitlement to the compassion than anyone else. So let's have compassion for all. Okay. I've just heard yesterday, Joy's relatives, family members, some of them got infected by coronavirus. And it hit home so close, right? Yes. Of course it does. And I felt it as well. My heart shrunk. Wow. It hit close. It hit home so close. I feel so compassionate, you know, for Joey and and his family members who are infected. And I can only imagine the pain of those people who are losing their loved ones because of the infection. But do I also have compassion to those local mom and pop restaurants who no longer can serve and make money and have to fire their staff the last 2 minutes to think, oh, my suffering is way greater than yours. Okay. So there is no need to fight. But if you're so identified with a position, if you're so lost in your identification with a position, you will fight because you cannot see the flip side to the situation. You cannot see the point of view others than what you are currently holding. Yes, Chris. So do not shoot in the dark, ladies. Whatever dating or relationship. Ooh, it's getting chilly in here. This is from Twilight. I know I'm super close to your place. And your weekend visit is on my goal list. Oh yeah. One of these days, Twilight, when this is all over, please come for the your private weekend retreat at my place. I have that program. And of course, I also want to hold another retreat this year as well, if that is at all possible. Maybe September or toward the summer, right? Oh, great, Christina. So you'll be there. Thank you. Sign up. Right. It's from Anka. Hello, Kat. Hi, Anka. How are you? I'm sorry, I got itchy nose here. So, hmm. Anyone have a question? So, ladies, learn to see the upside of things, right? However hard that may be. The upside of this thing is our universe kind of has a reset now, right? So it has a rest from our human activities for the last 2 weeks or 3 weeks. So that is a positive, don't you think? That is a positive to our nature. Maybe you see less pollution in your city where you live, right? And you see cities that never sleep, right? Like New York, for example, now are like ghost towns. I do believe New York needs a rest, needs to sleep sometimes. It's just too much. It's too many people. too dense. Everyone's on top of each other. I used to like it there in New York, but the last time I was there for Joey's, I think, family wedding or something, I just realized that wow, it's just like so many people. It's so overpopulated. I miss, I miss this quietness, this home, when I don't have to rub elbows with the next person on the street. Hi, I live in a town called Fallbrook. It's an hour outside San Diego. So come to my retreat sometimes this year again. Happen, right? Right now, we just practice being silent, practice being at peace with silence, practice embracing silence. Because probably without this sort of solilo- solitude, the solitude enforcement, you will never know how to connect to your divine intelligence. Wow. What is that divine intelligence? Divine intelligence is not intellectual stuff you learn from books, for example. It's not that. It's not something you borrow from others. Divine intelligence can only be accessed when you understand what the mind is and what the mind does. And you can only know what the mind is and what the mind does when you are somewhat detached from the mind. So you can take a step back and watch it. So when you just watch the mind without any attachment, without any emotional investment, right? Without any identification with a position, there is the first step toward accessing your divine intelligence, ladies. Kathy asks, are you saying embrace it from within? Yeah, befriend silence. Be curious with silence. Surrender to silence. Welcome it. Can you do that, Kathy? Welcome it. When you're less invested in a position, you begin to slow down your mental processes. You begin to slow down your thinking process, your thoughts. And as you slow down, as you grow more detached to your own thoughts, Spaciousness seeps in. Spaciousness enters your consciousness. So this is how you're not falling into depression. This is how you are cultivating your mental health every single day because you are fresh, innocent, and free and empty and open and spacious inside. That's what mental health is. You understand? So sign up for the fan subscription. You will learn so much more about mental health. The very definition of out of your neurosis zone. Out of any resistance to reality, whatever that is. When you're out of your neurosis zone, you are connected to your divine intelligence, which is your genius zone. So, divine intelligence and genius zones are one and the same. So, I have programs that can help you toward this very profound understanding. You can start studying my Journey Inward, which is my signature inner work program at this time. There is no better time than now. And currently, until the end of the month, there is a huge sale for the program, and many find it hard to absorb from the programs in the fan subscription. So, Kathy, I hope you're feeling better now that you are here, sharing space with me. Hi, Star, how are you? So, when you're connected to your divine intelligence, you won't live in fears, you won't live in anxiety, you won't live in pain and suffering. Because you will see things as they are. You see the good, the bad, the positive, the negative. You see everything in wholeness instead of fragmented or broken. Ladies, thank you so much for being here. Try to catch me up probably tomorrow or the next day, but I'll be here quite often, quite often, just to calm your nerves, just to be with you, ladies. And for those who are in the fan subscriptions, I'll see you after this live video and bring your questions. Thank you for being here. My love to you all. Look at my nails. I'll see you sometimes, probably tomorrow or the day after. All right. Bye bye.